Hiya! It's been so long, Mom! How have you been doing? Well, I'm sure there's no reason for me to ask something like that. I know you're living such a terrible life now and have no time to be feeling good about anything, so you must be in awful shape. You don't have any money now, nor a job, and that's why you had to be kicked out of our house.
Amy, it's rare of you to be talking to me after so much time has passed. After I had divorced your father, you actually never even bothered to contact me once.
Well, I have something to tell you today, so that's why I decided to text you. I'm sure that Dad hasn't talked with you about anything, right?
You have something to tell me?
Well, Mom, Dad is going to be getting married again. And of course, this time, the woman he's getting married to is a very good-looking and wonderful person. She's apparently even the daughter of some company's CEO. Dad and I are about to become two very rich family members in her household.
That's really nice to hear. Tell your dad congratulations for me.
Sure. I'll let him know that this is killing you a lot to hear that his life is so much better without you.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Mom. Only Dad and I are going to be the ones becoming happy. But we're only able to become this happy due to you allowing Dad to kick you out of the house. Thanks for leaving, Mom. You left the house like a champ and never even once tried to fight back. Now that we no longer have to worry about you, Dad and I can start a new life in a very rich family.
I can see that. But you don't have to thank me, considering you did all this yourself. The whole reason I was kicked out of the house and forced to divorce your dad was all because of you, Amy.
Well, Dad really likes me and it makes me laugh. He's never even suspected that I was the one that ruined your cooking, making him think you sucked at making food. And he never knew that I was ironing his clothes instead of you and making them even more wrinkly. He didn't suspect a thing from me and never believed what you told him, which led to you being kicked out.
I really tried my hardest to explain to him that you were behind all of that, but he just told me to stop making excuses and never listened. You even went and deleted all the data on his computer and blamed it on me. When he heard that from you, he told me he had no need for such an awful wife and kicked me out before even letting me speak. I have still never forgotten what happened that day.
And just as I had planned, Dad kicked you out and divorced you and is now able to marry a much better woman, a CEO's daughter, and make my life perfect. This is all going exactly as I planned. I'm laughing so much right now that I might piss myself. I wonder if you could call me a mastermind for making up and following through with such an amazing plan.
What do you mean this is all going as planned? Are you telling me that you planned for your dad to marry a CEO's daughter?
I just made sure to create an environment that made it easier for Dad to find someone to get married to. Apparently at work, every Valentine's Day, he'd get chocolate from one of his coworkers, but he didn't really like sweet things, right? So I realized this and told her that she needed to give him something less sweet to get his attention. So this last Valentine's Day, she did as I suggested, and now she's golden.
And this person will be the one your dad gets married to?
That's right! Actually, she's not really a coworker, but more of a customer to the company he works for, and recently I learned she's actually the daughter of a CEO. But she's also been working with Dad at his office, so she's like a new hire to him. That's why I think Dad was able to bond with her so quickly after she gave him something he would actually enjoy on Valentine's Day. And they are doing so well together now.
And so all of this has gone as planned for you.
It's taken me a lot of time setting this whole plan up, but now that Dad is with her, they will be married in no time. I assumed Dad would take her into our house and make her my new mom to do all the chores and cooking, but hearing that she's part of a family with a lot of money makes me way more excited now. She's going to love me so much as her new daughter, and she's bound to find merit in me.
I'm sorry, Amy, but as your real mother, I can tell you there is no merit in having someone like you around.
And there you go, Mom. You've heard everything about how your daughter is going to have a new, beautiful, and rich mother at home. Now that I'm finished, if you have anything to tell me about, go right ahead, okay? Well, I doubt you have anything special to tell me about yourself. You used to be the housewife here, but after being kicked out and divorced, I'm sure you can't find any work and have nothing. All you get to do is live in a cardboard box somewhere asking strangers for their money, right?
Excuse me?
Well, I hope you find some stroke of luck that'll help you become something more to this world, okay? You probably won't hear from me ever again now, since Dad and I will become a rich new family members to someone else, huh?
Hey, Caitlin. I have something I'd like to ask you. Do you happen to talk with someone from your previous family?
Well, not really with anyone important to me. Why? What's going on? It's rare for you to ever ask me about my previous family.
Well, I just happened to look into our mailbox at home, and in it there's an invitation to a wedding for someone. The invitation is meant for you, but it seems that this might actually be for the wedding of your previous husband.
What? I got an invitation from him?
I wonder if your daughter was the one to send this to you. And there's a little message written on the invitation as well, asking that you come no matter what to the wedding.
So it probably was from her.
I may only be a high schooler, but I know that you should only be inviting people that are close to you to your wedding, like family and close friends. So it's a bit strange that she'd send you an invitation to your ex-husband's wedding. I mean, you never seem to want to talk about your previous family, so why would she think that it's alright to invite you? Actually, you always seem to hate them for what they did to you, right?
Well, you are right to say that, as I do hate them so much that I don't want to be around them anymore. I'm sure she only sent that invitation as a way of picking on me or something. When I talked to her a little while back, she told me her dad is getting married again. And apparently the woman he's marrying this time has a lot of money. So my daughter wanted to rub that fact in my face.
What kind of stupid reason is that for all this? Then you wouldn't mind me just throwing this invitation in the trash for you, right? You're not planning on going to the wedding, right?
Yeah, go ahead and toss it. That'd make me very happy. I'm sorry, though, that you had to see an invitation like that.
You don't have to worry about it. After seeing who it was from, I assumed it was all meant as a way of making you feel even worse about the past, so that's why I just thought I might ask about it today. I'm glad you won't have to see this stupid thing in person, and that I can take care of it for you.
Carl, you are such a nice young man. Hearing things like that from my son really makes me feel so warm inside.
Come on now, this is the type of things any son should be saying to their mom. I think it's pretty screwed up that someone would want to continue picking on you like that, even after all this time. Honestly, your daughter is a real piece of work. I never expected that someone like her in elementary school would be able to act in such a terrible way already.
Huh? Did I not tell you anything about her age yet? She's actually going into high school now. She's not in elementary school anymore, although, based off how she acts, I can see why you might have thought that.
Wait, are you kidding me? Her handwriting? It's awful for someone in high school. Seeing that, I just assumed she was only in like second grade or something like that.
And while I was still her mother, I knew something was wrong with her handwriting with how poor it is. But I could never help her fix it because my whole time raising her, she'd pick on me and never listen because me being a housewife was some kind of sin in the family. I wanted her to practice writing with me, but she never listened. I guess I just hoped that as she continued to get older, her handwriting would improve, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Really? It looks as though you had a rough time with that family then.
But because of that, I'm able to really live a much happier life with you guys as my new family. Well, Carl, I'm pretty much done with my shopping for the day and will be on my way home. Then I'll get started on making dinner for us tonight.
I'll be in my room then, getting some homework done then. I really hope you're making Chinese food for us tonight.
I can do that. I'll make sure to make up some really good fried rice for you tonight with those dumplings you love.
Hello? I went through all that trouble of sending you an invitation to the wedding, and you're just going to ignore it? If you didn't plan on coming, tell me that then.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just happened to toss that invitation into the trash and totally forgot about it.
What? You received an invitation from the daughter you love so much that you went ahead and threw it away? What do you think you're doing, Mom? I get that you're jealous that Dad married a woman far better than you, but you can't just ignore me because of it.
I'm not jealous of anything, so you can calm down there. I don't really have any thoughts about your dad getting married again, actually.
Say whatever you want. I know deep down you are dying to have someone come and love you the way Dad wanted to. I bet you were really hoping Dad would come back for you and make you his housewife again, right? But that's too bad, Mom. Dad happened to marry a CEO's daughter. He would never want to remarry someone as disgusting as you anyway, so you can run along now knowing that you'll forever be alone.
But I'm already married to a new man, so you really don't have to bother yourself with talking to me again, okay? Let's just all go our separate ways and focus on the new families we have.
Huh? Hold your horses, Mom. You got married to a new man? You were kicked out of the house and divorced as a housewife, so there's no use in having you in anyone's life anymore, right? What kind of brainless idiot decided it'd be a good idea to marry you?
You're being rude, Amy. My husband is a very wonderful man. He has a lot of pride in himself as a doctor and feels responsible for me as his wife and wants to make sure I'm always doing well. He might be a bit strict around other people, but to me, he is always a very kind-hearted man. He loves me with all his heart, and I do the same for him.
Liar! You want me to believe that the man you married is a doctor? If that's really the case, then he's bringing in loads of money, right? How many times more is he making a year than Dad?
Please do not ask me such rude questions as that. You don't even have anything to do with him and his work.
I see. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about you and your life anymore either. I'm the daughter of someone who is part of a very rich family now and have no need for you. I don't even really care about your husband's money.
That's not what it seems like to me. You seem to care a whole bunch more about me and my new husband, even though I don't want to hear anything about any of you guys anymore.
Hey, Mom. Next time, do you want me to come and see you? You haven't even seen me since the divorce a long time ago, so I think it'd be nice to allow my mom to see her daughter again. You want to see me, right?
What? Why have things changed pace so quickly?
I don't really think there's anything in it for me to meet my lowlife mother anymore. But I'm going to be kind and give you one more chance to see me in person like you've been wanting to do. I want to hear from you in person about how you got a doctor as a husband, and if that's even true. This will be such a fun and educational experience for the both of us.
Huh?
I'm starting to think that in the future I'll want to marry a doctor myself. And from what I've heard, people that study medicine are very hard nuts to crack. So I'd like to learn from you how you've made a guy like him love you, if you have been telling me the truth. You're going to want to tell me all about it, right?
Your behavior has changed just like that?
Ah, by the way, since I'll be coming all the way out to meet you, will you please have some money for me to pay for my troubles? There has to be something in this for me, right? Now, I'll see you next weekend at the bus stop closest to your house. We can go to a cafe together, which will cost you $200. And since I'm going to have to talk with you and everything, that'll be another $500, please.
What did you just say?
It's been so long since you've had a chance to see your cute little girl, so paying me for my troubles is A-okay, right? Also, you so happen to be the wife of a doctor now, right? So you should have all the money in the world to give to me.
Huh?
You are aware that I'm the daughter of a very popular woman now, right? So paying me to spend time with you is quite normal these days. And to be honest, 700 is pretty low, so you should be happy. You're finally getting a chance to meet your daughter after that sad divorce. Maybe starting next week you can pay me 500 every month to come out and see you.
Shut the hell up, you stupid loser.
What?
I've been quiet this whole time watching over her shoulder thinking, what the hell? How long have you been letting yourself rot away like that? I can see you have no idea yourself, but do you think that it's alright to talk to the woman who gave birth to you like that? I can't watch you talk like that to her anymore.
What is this? You're not my mom, are you? I'm not ready to talk to someone who I have no clue about.
I'm a very important family member to Caitlin. So, I'm not some random person, but someone who has a lot to do with what's going on here. I'm not going to let you talk to her like that anymore, so I'll be the one talking to you from now on.
Huh? You said you're some kind of family to her? So, are you the man she married recently?
I'm her new husband's son, actually. I'm the son of the doctor that Caitlin married.
What? The man she married brought along a son with him?
My mom died a long time ago in a car accident, so these last few years I've only ever had a dad. I don't even really remember what it was like having a mother until she came into my life. She is so nice to me, and I love thinking of her as my new mother because she treats me so well. We have a whole new family now together, and I don't want you to try to break it anymore. You go ahead and get lost and quit trying to make my mom have horrible memories of the life back when she had to baby you.
What the hell? You are nothing but some brought-along child, you loser. I'm her actual daughter, and she has no room to love someone like you. Now, you let me meet my mother because she's really excited to see me. All you are is a motherless boy who amounts to nothing compared to someone like me with 2 mothers.
Shut the hell up! And you are a freaking brat who is still acting like she needs her mother's nipple to suck on. All you are to her is a bad memory, and she doesn't even call you her real daughter anymore, you freak.
What was that?
That woman that birthed you doesn't want to meet you anymore, so get lost. That's her answer, so leave her and the rest of her family alone. You are not going to be meeting with her, and you sure as hell aren't going to be getting any money out of her either if you try. You might be a high schooler, but from what we've all seen, you need to be put back in preschool.
What is wrong with you? You just came out of nowhere and are already hurting my feelings.
And you deserve to have your feelings hurt, you waste of life. You're not the one that had to be kicked out of the house long ago, so stop whining like you're such a victim. If you want a recommendation on what to do with all this time you have on your hands that you put into making fun of my mom, then go use it to take some more lessons in handwriting. That comment you wrote on her invitation looks like a 2nd grader wrote it. But even that would be mean to 2nd graders now, so I'll say that you write like a 1-month-old.
Huh? What is actually wrong with you? You're really pissing me off now. Who do you think you are? I'm not going to continue talking to you if this is how you're going to treat a cute little girl like me.
I'm sorry, but I'm a high schooler talking to a bratty preschooler about how to behave. And if you want to know where I go to school, it's Jefferson High School, and I'm a senior there. My name is Carl Millington. There. You know who I am now. If you have a problem with me, come to my school and pick a fight with me then.
What? Jefferson High School? And your last name is Millington? I go to the same school and am a freshman. I know you.
What? You know about me?
I go to the same school and know all about you. You might think of me as a preschooler, but I'm seriously in the same school as you, and I can prove it to you the next time we have school. I even have a gym class with you and everything.
What? You're at the same school as me?
And also, you might have gotten 1 or 2 love letters from me before.
What?
I was a bit too embarrassed about it to write my name on them, but they were all from me. But I never thought you'd become my mom's new son. This is like one of those sexy drama stories, right? It's like you and I are meant to be together forever then, right?
Now that I think about it, I could barely read most of those letters you wrote. Ah, so those were all meant to be love letters? I just thought some elementary schooler was putting those in my locker somehow, and I just threw them all away because I couldn't tell what any of them said. I seriously thought some kid's younger sibling was putting those letters into my locker on accident or something.
What? Calling my handwriting that bad is really mean. I put a lot of time into writing all those for you.
But come on, your handwriting is horrendous.
You really think it's that bad?
Well, I'm really shocked now. I never thought something like this would ever happen to me. Well, that's alright, because now I have the perfect opportunity to tell you that I hate your guts. So please stop putting those crappy letters into my locker. There's your answer, by the way.
You're kidding, right? Hold on. Something like this should not be happening to me.
The only thing that shouldn't be happening is someone your age acting like a baby. Now, don't you ever talk to my mom or I again.
I never heard about how you became Carl's mom. I was so looking forward to the day he started to notice me, but now you've gone and ruined everything between me and him.
Well, I never knew anything about you wanting him to notice you. And how would I have known that you went to the same high school as him? You haven't even spoken to me for the past 3 years now, so it's not like I knew where you were going.
Well, I started to go last year. I started just before Dad started to go out with the woman I set him up with. Actually, she was the one that recommended I go to Jefferson in the first place. So I went along with her recommendation because I thought going there would help me become a beautiful woman just like her.
Jefferson High is a private high school, right? There happens to be a lot of very well-off kids going there right now, which is why I'm a bit surprised to hear that you go there as well now.
But with what's happened between Carl and I have no choice but to change schools. I haven't even been able to make many friends this year, and now there will be no chance. I was even supposed to get a new car and start going there instead of by bus this spring.
What? Is that so? I know that some people your age get a car if they live far away, but you're within walking distance, right? You shouldn't even need to take the bus, actually.
I know that, but my new mom doesn't want me taking the bus anymore and wants me to have my own car. She told me that she doesn't really want a daughter, and since Dad brought me into the family with him, she wants to reduce any responsibility she has for me. So she'd rather me take a car to school instead of having to rely on her and the bus to do all that. This is why she wanted me going to this school in the first place, so that I could learn to manage things on my own. She's even asking that I start working a part-time job to make some spending money for myself.
She seems like quite the woman herself, that daughter of a CEO.
This is all going to hell, Mom. Dad's even happy to see me get a car so that they don't have to drive me around anymore. I was at least looking forward to having the freedom of having my first boyfriend, Carl, by having my own car, but that's not going to happen now either. I don't even want to go to school anymore. But whenever I tell Dad that, he tells me to grow up and get out of the house.
Really?
I asked him if I could just change to a public school close to the house and get away from Jefferson. But he keeps telling me it's too late now and that he's already paid for me to be there. He's so mean. I just want to drop out of school and spend more time at home with my new mom and all her money.
I see. Well, I'm not going to say anything about that. You have to be responsible for your actions at your age, and this is the perfect time to learn how to be a young adult.
What?
Are you really going to get this upset over everything? You kicked me out of the house and had your dad divorce me, and you don't see me giving up, right? It's your turn now to have a lot of weight put on your shoulders, Amy.
But I...
Do you understand what it's like to have everyone in the family go against you? You must be able to see how it feels to want to go home to your dad's, but have him tell you he's not helping in any way. It's a lonely world now, a cold one. I felt that exact same way back when I was your mother.
I'm sorry, Mom. I understand how you felt now and totally agree that it sucks. So maybe you and I can meet each other now? I won't even ask you for any money this time. I just want to meet my mom. And I just want you to listen to me talk about how tough my life is.
I'm sorry, Amy. I can't do that.
Why not?
I do feel sorry for you, but it's far too late to be asking me for something like that. I already told you before that I don't want anything to do with you.
You're lying, right? I'm your real daughter.
And I was forced out of the house by my real daughter. On that day, my love for my real daughter was also forced out of the house, and I no longer wanted it.
But Mom!
So now that you understand my feelings, thank you for this message. But you don't have to tell me anything else about your life, so please stop talking to me. You have a great time now. After that, according to what I heard from Carl, Amy got that car from her stepmother and was forced to take care of herself. But she found it harder and harder to find happiness at school and was always seen walking alone with nobody to talk to. By the way, when it comes to my ex-husband, I thought things with him and his new wife would be a lot better now that they removed a lot of their responsibilities to Amy. However, that CEO's daughter really loved spending her money up. So although they were able to experience a life of luxury for a little bit, once her money ran out and her parents wouldn't give her any more, it was over. Now those two live in a house that's slowly getting worse and worse as they spend every day fighting one another. There are a lot of rumors coming out about them now, like how my ex kicked his new wife out of the house, and that Amy had to be sent to an institution for her behavior. Things like that. And over time, those kinds of rumors began to make their way into my ex's office, and his life at work became a whole lot more troublesome.